This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or for more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to Ag AM in Kansas. I'm here at Bichelmeyer Meats in Kansas City. Let's check it out. Family owned for 3 generations, Bichelmeyer Meats has been a trusted Kansas City tradition for over 70 years.
Bichelmeyer Meats was established in 1946 by my father, John Bichelmeyer. It was his desire to be his own businessman, and his desire was to start his own retail business as well as custom slaughtering and processing business right here in Kansas City, Kansas, which at the time was very close to the Kansas City Stockyards. Flourished through into the 70s when my brothers and myself purchased the business from my parents. And so I've been involved in ownership of Bichelmeyer Meats since the early 1970s. And we have seen our business grow and prosper into what it is today.
And COVID has drastically affected the volume of business Bichelmeyer Meats is doing, and this isn't Joe's first go-around with a, quote, protein shortage craze.
I am seasoned enough that I have been around to see several cycles run through the meat industry. And what I'm seeing and the beauty of this situation is families are eating meals at home again. Families are actually becoming families again at mealtime. And it's because they don't have as many options to go to get a hamburger or go to dinner at a local restaurant. And actually it provides them with, I would say, a more wholesome food source and a better quality of food for their meals than eating fast food as often as they do.
Joe explains the precautions they're taking in regards to keeping their customers safe.
We are doing what is asked of us, distance spacing, keeping the social distance as best as possible. The general public has somewhat of a panic personality, and they want to stock up and get as much product as they can. We have asked that they buy in moderation. We don't always make that happen, but we ask people if they can leave something for the next person. But because of our renewable source of supply, we haven't had the shortages that some of the other retailers have had. I think anybody that does what we do in regards to custom slaughtering and processing, and also having access to live cattle to fuel the supply for their retail counter, has enjoyed a renaissance of sorts in the demand for what they do.
And Joe wants to ensure the public there is no protein shortage happening in the United States and how the American farmer needs to be compensated fairly during this crisis.
I'd like to alleviate the fear of the general public that there is going to be a meat shortage. They will get these workforces back in place at the packers. They will get the replenishment to the box stores and to the other retail points, and meat won't be as difficult to buy, hopefully not as expensive to buy. There's a grave injustice going on in these times to the American farmer by the meatpacking industry. It's not morally correct for packers to drive the price of the product down that comes in the back end of the packing house, and at the same time raise box beef prices to record levels. You basically are killing the goose that's laying the golden egg for the meatpacking industry. A lot of these people will not survive the current market conditions as they are now. There has to become some sort of a balance so that the people providing the protein to these packing houses are getting paid fairly for what they produce. And the packing house is certainly entitled to make a profit, but it shouldn't be all for one entity and none for the other, or at a huge loss to the other. So somehow, some way, we need to make amends to these people and or create a fairer pricing structure so that the producers are getting fairly paid for their product.
And in case you're wanting a locker date with Bichelmeyer Meats, you might want to call soon.
We are scheduling already into January and February of next year. We currently do have a little time left in late November and December that is not filled for custom slaughtering. So we're blessed to be incredibly busy.